Frog God, Frog God.
Hi, Frog God fans! We're here today to continue playing our Bard's Gate adventure with GM above me, Brandon Powers. Hey, Brandon.
Howdy, howdy, everybody. Yeah, the adventure, it's a low-level adventure. It's called Cromlin's Ghosts, is the title of it. And, yeah.
Cool. And I'm Alice Peng, aka Lala Twiddle, and below me is Stephen Wells. Hi, Stephen.
Hello, everyone.
And below him is John Hook. Hey, John.
Hello. How's it going?
And at the very bottom, everyone knows is hiding down at the bottom there is Pex, aka John Barnhouse. Hey, Pex.
I waved.
Okay. So, Brandon, you want to take us away?
So, yeah, Alice, you guys are going to go, move on. Where else did you want to go to?
So after the fort, I had some herbs to go and deliver. So I'm gonna go and deliver the herbs.
Okay. So that is not too far away from the fort. You guys are all very small. Oh, did Alice never move herself close to the fort?
Like I
It's
told
pretty late.
you, because of the bug, I'm unable to. So I would like you to
Oh,
move me.
still?
Yeah,
I saw at the dance party, and I thought that you were moving yourself during the
what
dance
I
party.
can move, but every time I move myself, it creates a duplicate, and that's because I think that it's trying to trigger and figure out why we're on the same account. So, like I said, I will come in with an alternate option next time. Just come in as a demo.
Gotcha.
So I'm just
Where
gonna
the
have
heck
you
are
move
you?
me.
There! Found you.
But there's 3 copies of me on the map right now.
Even the
That's
DM thinks we're
awesome.
small.
You are a superhero. You have duplication.
Yes.
Um, and so yeah, you guys, and some of these packages. This one's lightweight. It's herbs from the mountain.
Okay.
Um, and so what's going over to the mercenaries is a heavier item.
Okay.
But yeah, so this is something you can walk in with as well.
Okay. So I'll go up to the tent and hello, anyone in here?
Oh yes, yes, come in, my friend, come in.
Uh,
What is it that Saeed can do for you this day? This as you open it into the tent, the place has a strong and pungent smell as you come in of a variety of different herbs or other harvest of the ground. It smells like a preserved forest to you, Gidney, with all sorts of different wondrous smells. You guys looking in it, you see bricks of dried leaves on shelves and such.
uh, delivery for you, Saeed, from the mountains.
Oh yes, yes. Please come in. Please unburden yourself with me for a time. Perhaps we could have a drink together. Have you broken the your parched throat since you came in from the road? A long journey from the mountains.
Well, if I had expected hospitality like you, I would have come here first. We just had a little bit of a drink. Seems the people around here don't like my kind so much. I'm
Don't
Thorad.
like your kind.
I'm
Don't say
Thorad.
Merch.
Stumpy.
And this is my friend, Gidney.
Hey.
Oh, greetings to you, Gidney. Yes, I, by all means, you are welcome here at the Green Leaf. Please sit down. He doesn't have any chairs. There's just a little seating area with some pillows and such,
Uh,
and it's a handsome blonde guy with nice sharp chiseled features. Looks like he could be, you know, he might not be the lead in a Hollywood movie, but he could probably appear in it as a person.
he
Um,
he talks like he's got glaucoma. In quotes.
No, I didn't go that far, man. I mean, they're
Okay.
after you. You're just a stunty to
Okay,
them,
okay.
man. No, I didn't go that far, but yes, he might be trying to make certain his eyes stay good.
Okay.
Um, he breaks out. He takes what you have delivered to him. He puts it aside, and then he breaks out some leaves, brings it over, puts some water in a kettle on the fire to heat it up, and basically does a little tea service with you guys.
Okay.
Merchants have been having trouble around. Now, see, now you made me go way more pothead.
I'm sorry.
You say that merchants have been having some troubles?
Yeah, well, not merchants, just people around here are going missing as long as they're not human.
Oh, are they? I've
Yes.
heard some stories. It's only non-humans that are?
From what I heard, only dwarves and elves and half elves and half orcs.
Well, the two of you should totally stay here then for a while. Then I'll keep my eye on you and you won't be missing, right?
Yeah, got one more delivery to make, then maybe we'll come back. How's that, Saeed? Appreciate the
You know,
hospitality.
as the sun goes up, it will also come down. Okay. Gidney is there with his rabbit and the plate, and eating, having his tea and such.
Hey, Saeed, I think Gidney might like a little bit of that on his rabbit. Pointing at some paprika or something like that. You know, something with a little bit of a kick to kind of shock Gidney's little head.
You you like it spicy, young one?
I think so.
Well, I've got your fix then. He goes and he grabs some stuff and he takes just a little bit, sprinkles it on. That'll give it a really good kick, you know. It'll wake up your whole flavor palette. Nothing will be the same after you've had it.
I look at both of them really excited, and then I just take the biggest bite wherever the most seasoning is.
Yeah, he just basically gave you a strong hot pepper, dried,
Ghost pepper?
and crunched it up on there.
Smoked ghost pepper?
So I imagine like a second goes by before I go, "Woo! Woo! Ha! 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 Ha!"
You start running around? Man, I should have played a gnome with them. I never knew that Pex could play such an awesome gnome. He and I would have so much fun.
Well, it's generally better when because he gets to be the odd man. He
Yes, that's
is
true.
the starfire,
And I'm the
in
straight
group
man
right
here
now.
for. Yep. I'm the straight
Um,
man, getting him in trouble.
so Gidney runs around with the smoke coming out of his ears and such, and all. And so he's dealing with that.
I'm gonna go grab something off a shelf that is not gonna help, and say, "Here, try this. That'll probably help."
Oh no! Don't use that. Too late. And
So I
you
added
guys have your
mala to the
yakety
ghost pepper.
sack. You guys have your yakety sack moments over there. Cutting back over to the bar. At some point, you guys were saying that you were gonna leave. And so as you guys get up,
So,
go
yeah.
ahead.
So before we leave, Krieg it leans in with his talkative friend who was talking about the mist and everything. Is there a particular area where the mist is rolling in from that the disappearances seem to center around, or is it all along the banks? What I'm assuming the mist is coming in off the river. Yes.
That's exactly where it comes in, and it goes for miles. I mean, that's one thing that makes crops so good for a long time is that even in the summer, they're getting moisture from it. But no, I mean, I've heard. I don't know where any of them have gone from specifically. I hear stories about over here and over there. I don't know about that dwarf and the girl that was with him, and where they specifically were. Some people say that they were going up a hill. The kids sometimes like to go out to that hill, if you know what I mean, and he kind of elbows you in the ribs. Um,
Which
and
which
so
hill? Which hill?
he points off to the, let's say, southwest. That's where I heard that they were heading off to, but there's stories. You know,
Oh, right. They have a nickname for that. What is that called?
it's well, he kind of looks around and then he leans into you and he whispers, perhaps a little too loudly, Humper's Hill.
Right. Right. That's what it was. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your insight.
Um, when you guys leave, go ahead and both of you toss a perception, if you would. DC of 10.
Nope.
Oh, looks like no on both accounts.
Negative.
Oh, sure, Alice. Um, so you guys, leave. Time's definitely passed for you guys have been in there for a couple hours, so the day is getting on at this point. And somebody comes up behind you, and he grabs onto your arm, Bellamere, and pulls.
Excuse me?
Over
Excuse
this
me.
way. Over this way. Come on.
Okay. I'll do like a flourishing stumble in that direction.
Okay.
I'm going to look around, kind of. What? Oblivious. Shh.
The guy, he's one of the younger guys that was in there. Not the kids, but a man. And he'd stayed quiet. I don't know exactly what's been going on, but I don't know. Some people are concerned about it. Some people aren't. They accept me because they don't really notice. And he kind of moves his hair back, and you see that his ears have a slight point to them, not much of one, but it looks like that he probably has some elven blood back a ways.
I nod knowingly.
I don't know what's gone on, but there people have talked about some raids. Other people say that it's not. That they talk about ghosts and ghosts in the mist, but I heard horses one night. I can hear better than a lot of people around here, if you know what I mean. The fog will come in, and some nights it'll get thicker than it normally does. Those are the nights that things happen. And where it happens, well, some people say that Portland, he spends a lot of time walking around if he's not at the fort. But I don't know. I always hear that he's been around before people go disappearing.
Okay. Well, thank you, friend.
Look, you two didn't hear it from me, okay?
I'm going to slip him a gold. Say, no, we haven't heard a thing.
His eyes go super wide at that. Oh man, do you need anything else?
Are there
I
any
need.
areas that have been hit more than others? Are there any races? I'm of course concerned about elves and half elves, but it sounds like dwarves and half orcs have been also abducted or disappeared or wandered off into the mist. What
Yeah,
can you tell me about some of the other races?
person who probably knows the most is Mama Bobo.
Mama,
She's
what?
Mama Bobo. She runs an encampment here in Tent City. It's where the half orcs go. Well, I mean, you'll find half orcs all over, but it's kind of a place for them. They've been kind of holed up tight lately because they've noticed that, well, that they go disappearing a lot. So they've been a little more insular. She she knows the magic.
I perk up.
Like
Um,
I haven't been to her. I don't know much about the magic that she does, but I hear that she can read your soul by looking at you.
um, where's her tent?
Uh, she's on the south side. Um, it's not too far from here, and he will point you guys a little south and I believe a little west from where you guys are. Of course, you guys know you have perfect compass directions. That always helps.
Of course.
Where's a
Yeah.
place that we can go and bed down for the night? Is there an inn or anything else here, or is a place that we can put down our bedrolls?
It, sleeping underneath the stars is something that a lot of people do. I mean, that's part of what people come out to Tent City for. But if you want a room, if you want an actual bed, the fort's probably the best place you're going to find for it. Um, but yeah, you can always put up a tent somewhere. Just be aware where you're putting it up because somebody else might not like you be so close. And so he points you guys, and I will show you. He says he pulled you guys this way, but he says that on the other side of this big tent is basically where the half orcs where Mama Bobo and her encampment is, and so he just kind of points at that big tent and says they're just right on the other side of that.
All right.
You'll find some a couple of tents around, and then there's some space given, and then there's a center tent. None of them are that big, but Mama Bobo, that's her tent in the middle, and some of the other orcs that are down there are use the outer tents.
Excellent. Well, thank you.
I think we
Let's
should
go check this out.
visit Mama Bobo. I'm curious what she thinks of my soul. I'm curious what my soul is saying to her.
Let's go find out.
Okay. If you guys want to meet the two groups up again, it can easily be that as they leave from their tea ceremony, that you guys spot each other. If you want to continue on as separate, that's totally fine with me.
I'm good with grouping up if you guys want to.
I'd like to go and hail you and say, hey, we've got some information that might be of interest to you.
Yeah, sure. Hey, Guinea, let's go this way.
As we move around the building, I'm like, did you feel uncomfortable in there? I felt uncomfortable. I just wanted. Did you feel uncomfortable in there?
Before you
It
cross
was
the
just
street,
my
your guys,
indigestion.
the two dwarves that are with you, Alice, they're like, all right, we're just gonna go and
Do the
drop
rest,
that
yeah.
off.
Sure.
Yeah. So
They're gonna do the rest.
and you're like, yeah, I'll meet up with you guys later. Head on to the city. I'll catch up with you at some
Okay.
point. So
Yeah, they don't seem too friendly to folks like me and you. Uh, they disrespected Gidney in a very different way. Treated him like a kid. It's no kid. But you said you had something interesting that you found?
Gidney, you're just wondering how they treated you like a young goat.
That's really what I'm wondering. Like, I'm not a kid. 45 years old.
Well, you haven't quite reached the age of maturity yet. Then you're fine. You can be a kid. So yeah, Bellamir, what'd you find?
So we've got ourselves some interesting insights into the area here. It seems that the half-orcs in particular are being are disappearing, and they've decided that they're basically holding up. It sounds like trying to go and become a defensive unit in some way. But I don't understand how that's going to help against ghosts.
Uh, half orcs, you say?
And then as we move around and we're moving towards the tents there and moving south, I go, and we're to understand that York oftentimes goes wandering around Tent City before the disappearances happen. So I'm kind of doing that under my breath, kind of go, and I just want you to know.
Um, I see. Half orcs, you say? I'm kind of, a little uncomfortable with it being half orcs, but okay, well, if they're in trouble, I guess we should go and find out what's going on.
So I say, well, I think we have ourselves two things that we need to go and keep an eye on. One is what's going on with the half orcs, and then does York go on a walkabout? Because that might be the key to this.
Well, yeah, I think I'd rather follow York around. Maybe see half orcs and I have nothing against them, but we don't always get along.
Ooh, I've never seen a half orc before. Can we see that? Can we see? Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to the half orcs. You think that you and Krieg can follow York? I mean, Krieg, how drunk does Krieg look right now?
Not that drunk.
Okay. Yeah.
He still has to work on it.
You two want to go look up York? You seem to blend in better, and the two of us can go blend in with the half orcs better.
Well, we still got time. I bet York doesn't take off until the evenings when cover of darkness is coming and that fog rolls in.
Sure, then let's go to see about some half orcs. You know where they are?
They're this way.
Okay, I will follow.
I pull out my pan flute and then follow.
You pull out your what?
A little traveling music.
No, it comes with my kit thing. My pan flute.
Ah, pan flute. Okay.
My Outlander background. That's what it is.
Move Thorad up. Alright. So as you guys get to about here, a female half orc with some really deep verdant green skin, one decent sized tusk, another one that looks like it didn't really grow in that well. She comes, walks up as your group's obviously striding towards it. What is it I can do for you? Why are you here? Her hand on her hip.
We seek an audience with Mama Bobo.
I think she's Mama Bobo.
No, I am not Mama Bobo.
Oh, well, we have business with Mama Bobo then.
What business do all of you have?
I start to play my pan flute.
Go ahead and give me your perform check.
I will indeed.
Are you
I
good?
find I don't remember. Probably not. Let's give me the skills.
Do they have a perform skill? Otherwise, it's just a charisma check. They do have perform.
They do.
Yep.
Or just click it, or
Yeah.
You can double click the d20 where that
Or-
little mini d20 is,
Or
or
dragon.
you can drag it over.
ah,
Wow, I didn't have to plug my ears with my hair, with my dwarven hair and whiskers.
45 years of practice.
And gnomes, you
That's
come
not
right
good.
out of the womb, and they're like, "Here's your pan flute. Learn it." Brutal forest culture gnomes. She smiles a little bit at the music, but still is kind of glowering, even though that she's obviously happy by the performance, and the gnome doesn't do a bad job on the flute.
We heard that your folks and my kind, and I point to Bellamir and his kind, have been going missing. We'd like to offer our assistance.
She kind of takes that in. Anybody else got anything to say?
Not yet.
That about summed it up.
So Krieg and Thorad, by all means, seem to be the ones that we're talking here. Whichever one of you is better at persuasion, you guys can go ahead and use that. And I'll give you guys a +2 from Gidney. He did a great job.
I have a +4. I'm sorry, I have a +3. I think you have a +4, Bellamir.
I do.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay, yeah.
for Krieg can go ahead and roll it. Then you get advantage because the two of you are working together on this, and Gidney's giving you a +2.
So to get advantage, hit the advantage button before you roll normally. But since you've already done it, just roll it a second time.
No. I want him to learn. So go ahead, and in the bottom left, go ahead and hit advantage and hit the +2. And then go ahead and roll that persuasion.
It's like you're playing Baldur's Gate back in the day, sort of. There you go.
So there we go.
Advantage.
Yep. So
Right.
a 16. She looks you guys up and down for a minute. Okay, you come, but I'm watching you. She points at the dwarf.
I look up. Yeah. Same goes to you.
And so yeah, she leads you guys in, and you guys just go into the compound a little bit. And then she's like, "You wait here." Points at the ground. "I will get Mama Bobo."
So I'm trying to go and get a sense of what the feeling is in this encampment.
Okay.
Are they calm, or do they seem like they're frantic, or what's the general environment?
They definitely seem like they are not, out being festive or anything like that. They seem a little concerned, a little bit downtrodden. I don't know what your experience with groups of orcs or half orcs living is, rather than raiding the elven lands or something like that. But they definitely seem a little downtrodden. You can go ahead and give me a perception check, because you didn't really involve yourself in that last scene, because you were able to observe from there. They definitely are trying to keep their eyes on the outer world, that they're paying attention to who's coming and going. The female half-orc that talked to you, she seems to be the only one that has well-maintained weapons. but the others, by all means, they have club or daggers, things like that, that would defend themselves. They are all obviously orcs or half orcs that are kind of here, and it definitely looks like it's a little bit of a compound that they would maybe not be able to defend, but it's kind of like their staked out part of Tent City. Do you have any other questions, or did I get to the question that you asked?
I think that pretty much covers it. I'm just trying to get the sense of what's the overall environment here. What are they anxious, or how is it basically? But I think
Yeah, they definitely seem anxious. They're not jumping at shadows, so it's not like they're expecting the hammer to drop any second, but they have become aware of problems. Unlike over with the humans, that they're like, oh yeah, stuff happens, but that happens to other people. And so yeah, the female orc that she goes up to that central tent. She calls out. You try and join them. All right, wait to hear. So the gnome, would you go with a? Let me see. I think
Drum?
there is one.
Hey, Brandon, quick question. When I was building my character, I originally put my stat line out for a different character, and I just realized I'm a heavily armored dwarf. You mind if I swap off my dex and my charisma at this point?
If you want to,
Okay.
I mean,
It's
this
not a
makes
big deal,
almost
but,
no difference
yeah.
for you, but
Almost. But I might as well.
it's just going to be how well you save against a fireball versus how well you make a charisma save.
Yeah.
So
I'll leave it then. I'll leave it. We've got plenty of people with
+1 against a fireball is +1 against a fireball.
Yeah, exactly. I'll leave it.
All right. She turns her back, heads over to the tent. Gidney, you don't see anybody playing musical instrument, but there is a female half orc who's dancing a little bit, kind of just games of hopscotch, things like that, or a little bit of dancing type movement. And then there's a guy who is he has a little board, and he has 3 cards that he is pulling out of a deck and such, and then he's shuffling the cards up, and every once in a while she'll guess a card, and you're not certain why they're doing it, but that's what's going on over there. So if that interests you,
I go over there still playing my pan flute, and I observe very vigilantly.
Vigilantly, not vigilantly, but vigilantly. It's a combination of being a
Mhm.
villager and being vigilant.
Exactly. I'm from the forest, man. Leave me alone.
The one that said she's keeping her eye on you guys, she does not notice that she's gone to the tent, assuming that you would stop exactly where she told you to. They look over at you. The girl that's dancing and jumping around and such. She smiles at you, and the half orc that walked up to the tent, she calls out, "Mama Bobo, Mama Bobo, there are people here for you." And apparently some sort of call, or perhaps she just introduces herself, and then she goes into the tent. As Gidney, you're over there. The girl smiles at you. She leans down a little bit, and she's like, "What are you exactly?"
I stop playing and extend my arms. I'm a gnome!
She takes your hand with a smile and all. "I've never met one of you."
Nor have you. I hear you're a half-orc.
I am indeed. My name is Lolly.
Nice to meet you, Lolly. I am Kidney.
And a pleasure to meet you. You're very good with your flute. You gave me music to dance to.
Oh, we're taught from a young age.
And so yeah, the two of you just kind of make some pleasant conversation. She doesn't seem near as concerned with you as the first one that you ran into. Uh, just a couple minutes pass. Do the rest of you stay where you're told, or do you head off?
I'm gonna stay where I'm told for the moment.
They
Yeah,
grab.
I wanna stay in here and meet Mama Bobo.
Okay. The orc woman comes back out, and she goes, "Mama Bobo will see you. Come."
I'll follow.
And the three of you are allowed into the tent. Uh, the tent has a strong smell of pungent incense that is burning. You can see a little bit is lit up. There is an older orcish woman arrayed in a series of scarves and brightly colored clothing. She turns to you and with a toothy smile, her teeth are kind of a mismatch that when her tusks grew in, they really pushed around. She'd be a nightmare for a dentist. And so she gives you a smile. "Good day to you. I understand that you have come to speak with Mama Bobo. Please have a seat. Tell me of what burdens upon you have brought you here."
I'm gonna stay closest to the exit. Come in last and stay closest to the exit, but I will take a seat.
You push your way between Bellamere and Krieg. You're like, "Ah, I'm in the middle." Human and half elf on each side.
I understand that you can see people's souls.
Is that
How
what
is my soul in?
is that what they
Does
are
my
saying
soul?
of me?
Does my soul make it through the fog?
She looks at you. I am somewhat gifted with knowing the fortunes. I have been I read people. It is one reason they tolerate us here. Perhaps they will not tell you, but many of them will come. They will come when it's dark or when they do not think people are watching. They will look down upon us in the streets. They will spit on me, but they will come because I can read the cards. I can look into someone and I can see the fear that resides in them. And she looks a little bit at Thorad at that.
And can you see when the next culling of these of our kind are going to happen? Maybe we can stop it.
So you do not just come because you want to know something, want to know if uh, a girl will like you, or perhaps seeking a cure for the girl that you liked too much. You are
No,
coming with a better purpose.
we're here in hopes of finding what's causing what's going on.
That is something that is close to my heart. Perhaps it is what has led you here, but our community here. Those that come here to find shelter, reprieve from that world out there. Well, we have been struck. Our kind has been struck many times, but only one that has come to Mama Bobo's for protection has gone missing, and recently.
Tell
We're
us
not.
more
What do
about
you
him.
what do you want? Why do you seek this information that you are asking about?
Like I
I
said,
understand that my people are missing too,
as are
and I'm
my kind.
concerned. And Thorad's people as well.
Well, yes.
We need to understand more about the fog. Why does the fog draw our peoples into it? And then where do they go?
The fog comes regularly, but it gets thicker at times. The darkness creeps in and makes it hard to see your hand in front of your face. Um, that is when they will come. I have looked in on this to try and find what is coming, for I have been looking for people, and perhaps you are those that I saw would come. For we have lost one of ours, and I would like him to be returned. Corneliu, he was taken 3 days ago. in the darkness, and I believe that it will come again. They strike different parts of Tent City. They will attack. There are those who have become wounded. But people speak of ghosts, and she spits in just anger. They come back with sword wounds when they fought back against someone. But the people that live here do not believe this, because it happens to someone else.
With what I heard, I doubt it's ghosts. Sounds to me like some humans are using the fog as cover in the night to cull those that they don't like. For what purpose, I don't know. Uh, my father used to talk us stories about this place that he and his companions went, where they were taking kind like us and putting us to work in these dark caves full of fungus.
Well,
Yeah,
That's not
he
any
taught
place that anybody should be.
and he taught me that when things like this happen, it's up to kind like us to free those people and to stop it from happening.
I agree with you that we must band together as a community to strike out against this. And if you will help me with my problem with our lost one, then perhaps Mama Bobo will be able to give you the insight as to where they will come next and when. Are we agreed on that?
Yeah, I agree.
Indeed. And
Uh,
Agreed. It is a pact.
Then return to me at nightfall, and I will see what answers I can bring for you of where they will come and when.
Anywhere that a weary dwarf can rack out for a few hours, then, if I'm gonna be up all
If you
night.
are if you feel that you can sleep among us, then we would welcome your tent. We would welcome your bedroll.
Yeah, I'll bed out here.
Yep.
None of them seem, like they're talking to, yeah, none of them seem too crazy.
But we will eat your left leg for the price of it.
Oh, not that
I'd like
kind
to
of
wander
crazy.
back up to the fort myself. I want to go and keep an eye out for York, see if
Okay.
anything's going on with that. But I'll let Thorad and the others know if nobody's going to come with me, whoever's going to stay, that I'll return this evening after dark. But I want to see whether or not York is going to go on a walkabout.
So,
I'm
what did you scribble on your stones, or is he back?
I'm here.
Okay.
I scribbled in Gnomish. Let's see, Saeed, Lolly, Thorad, Krieg, and Belmir.
One stone each.
Just making a note of all the people I've met.
Nice.
awesome. Yeah, Brandon, I'm going to rack
Please don't
out
lose my stone.
and try and get to sleep.
Okay. So yeah,
Yep,
Thorad's
Krieg
gonna
will-
sleep for a
Krieg will
while.
do the same. He's gonna rest and meditate.
Okay. Gidney, are you gonna head over with Bellamere?
What time of day is it?
You guys are in early afternoon at this point.
Yeah, I'll go hang with Belmir. I'm not really tired yet.
Okay.
I'm all hyped up for all the energy I have from all this fascinating culture I'm being exposed to.
Sure.
So, to Bellamere, so Krieg and Thorad were bunking down. Gidney and Bellamere were gonna head back over to the what is it? The fort Rendezvous. So the two of you gentlemen are up by Fort Rendezvous. It's just a fairly short walk between the two locations. And what is your plan at this point?
Following him.
So I'm kind of up there with the gnome. I haven't had a chance to hang out with him yet, and so we're going to kind of go up and bond, I guess, whatever gnomes do with half elves, and don't make that face. I'll find you a rock, dude. And so we're going to go check out. We're going to watch. We heard that the colonel apparently disappeared on the nights that other people disappeared, and we'd like to go and find out where he's disappearing to. So I want to keep an eye out for him and just basically try to get an idea of where does he go? Does he hang out in his the fort all night? Is that where he only is? Because it seems like that's the only place that people see him, and I'm just kind of curious as to what's going to happen.
Okay. No, not in reply to us. I'm paying attention to FGU just to see if there's any troubleshooting advice for us. No, it's not Alice. So yeah, you guys hang out by the fort. Are you guys trying to be hidden or what? As you guys are there hanging out with the gnome.
I'm going to try to go and ask the gnome if he wants to play hide and seek.
What's that?
Well, that's where we hide, and then we seek.
Okay.
So we're going to find some barrels or some boxes or a wagon or something to go and kind of hang out. So we have a view of the back door or the front door. Well, probably the back door. And we're going to keep an eye on the street as well, so in case he goes by there. So we're kind of looking for him. He's a very obvious character because he's running around in that kilt, and he's got the big beard, if I remember correctly. So he should be pretty obvious if he's wandering around. And we both have night vision, so even if it gets dark, we should be able to go and see him.
Yep. Yeah, and he was a fairly tall individual and such, and so yes, by all means, he does stand out, an older individual. And so why don't you both go ahead and, as you guys are hiding amongst the barrels, both go ahead and give me a stealth check. I'll give you a +2 for some cover.
I got an 18 here, including the bonus.
As Bellamere, you're hiding. Gidney's hiding. And some guys come, over, and they're like, "Hey!" as they walk over to Gidney. "Hey, what you doing, little guy?"
We're playing hide and go seek, and we're looking for somebody.
Who are you looking for? I used to play that game when I was a kid.
Who are we looking for, Bellamere?
We were looking for some sort of, I don't know, a half-orc that was supposed to come by.
I saw one of them. They're off this way. Here, come on. I'll show you.
Oh, no, we
Okay.
need to stay here because he could come by any time. We're trying to hide, remember?
Oh, yeah. Do you want to hide with us?
Oh, no, but you're not very good at hiding. I mean, you were whistling and playing with those rocks in your basket. And so...
Oh, I thought it was hide and seek, not hide and be quiet.
Let's go find another spot then. Maybe. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Oh, bye. I'll keep an eye out for which half-orc is it?
He's wearing a purple shirt.
I'll keep an eye out for the purple-shirted half-orc and keep you two appraised of that situation.
Yay!
And he starts walking away. Don't know why kids are playing hide and seek with a half-orc, though. That seems a different way to play it. They're hiding and seeking. Huh. And he just kind of talking to himself as he walks away. Yes, Bellamere, you don't have the idea that Gidney would likely be that good if at hiding. You were hidden nearby, and the guy was totally unaware of you. But Gidney was making a general hiding nuisance of himself.
That seems typical, though.
So
We're gonna try anyway.
Fantastic.
We'll try to go and hang back a little bit further so that we can go and see. Again, as it starts getting a little bit darker, I figured we've got the advantage since we do have the night vision, and the Colonel is a human. So I'm hoping that we can go and move from caravan to caravan, tent to tent, to go and keep undercover.
yeah, it's still good time in the afternoon, so you've got sunlight
okay.
for quite a while.
Yeah, we're gonna have to hang out here for quite a while, and we'll just kind of play. I'll use my sacred flame on his rocks every once in a while.
What does that do?
Oh wait, I don't want to use that. I'm going to use light instead. Light would be a better choice. Sacred flame would probably zap them into oblivion. No, don't break the rock.
Ooh, ah.
So he has glowing rocks that he can go and play with for a little while to go and occupy him while we're kind of standing around there.
So, Gidney, you are welcome to try a second attempt at the stealth check. You no longer have that +2, unfortunately.
Don't need it. Before I attempt my stealth actions, I give Bellamy here some good berries with my spell of good berries.
Okay. What does that one do?
They're berries. Produce 10 of them, and they feed you for an entire day. One of them. And now I make a roll for my excellent stealth here.
So Gidney pulls out some berries from his basket of berries and rocks, apparently, and then does something. And what does your druidic magic look like there, Gidney?
It's purple.
It's
purple swirls.
By the way, it also good berries also heals 1 hit point per berry eaten.
He's not damaged.
True.
And so, but he pulls them out, and he pulls these berries out from his basket. He says a few words. These purple swirls of energy flow from his hands and kind of condense into the berries. How many are you giving Bellamere, and how many are you keeping for yourself, Gidney?
Even split, unless he wants more.
Sure. So 5 and 5.
Yes.
Okay.
So some purple berries, eh?
Yep.
Excellent. I'm kind of skeptical, but I'm willing to go and I'm going to pop one in my mouth and say, "Wow, those are filling."
It is flavorful. It gives you this nice kind of warm sensation that courses through your body, traveling down from your mouth into your throat and all, and just kind of makes you generally feel good. So,
I would ask Bellamere, tell me about you.
Well, there's not really much to say. Been here, been there.
Did you grow up in a forest too?
I did for a while, but it's not really where I really appreciate. The trees, they're great. I don't mind hiding amongst them and playing in them, but at the same time, it just doesn't feel comfortable anymore. I kind of like the cities. The humans, the human forests. I think that's what you're calling them, isn't it?
Yes.
And the games that they play there. They're a little bit more complicated, though, because when I grew up in the forest, we played a lot of hide and seek. And that was fun. But the hide and seek here is a lot more, it's more words instead of actually hiding like we are right now.
It's very confusing. I don't get it.
It is. It definitely is. Humans are confusing.
Mm-hmm.
after a while, you guys talk some of the time, hide others of the time, and you guys see Colonel Portland come out from the Fort Rendezvous, puffing on his pipe, and starts to walk.
I quickly put my finger over my mouth and say, "Shh," before the gnome goes crazy on me. There he is! There he is! There he is!
Hi.
I said, "Now this is where we hide." So we're going to quietly try to go and, be inobtrusive. I said, we're going to try to follow him without him knowing we're here. Got that?
I put away my pan flute.
All right. Yeah, he starts to walk around in the in the camp, leaving the area of Fort Rendezvous as he's going. Go ahead and you guys can make your perception checks to keep track of him as he's moving around.
11.
What about Master Gidney? Okay. For a while, Bellamere, you do lose track, but Gidney seems to be on his trail. He might not be great at that hiding part, but he's excellent at the seeking part of this game.
I leave him behind if he gets lost, by the way. Just continue to follow.
Wait. We're supposed to follow him.
I am. Hurry up. You're bad at this game. It's your game.
So then I go and try to catch up with him and go, oh, okay.
So yeah, you guys, and he seems to be kind of taking, maybe it's just a constitutional that he's taking, maybe he's taking a circuitous route or something. And go ahead and both of you throw insight for me.
Nope. That would be a 1.
Okay. Gidney, at one point you notice him look back over his shoulder and such as he's talking with some people, and he kind of, looks squarely at you as you're like pointing, in his general direction, and then he glances away.
I just glance at him, and then I also glance away.
He after that he moves off and he turns back towards Fort Rendezvous.
I still think we're playing, so I continue to follow.
And so yeah, you guys keep following him, and he goes back into Fort Rendezvous.
Okay.
I attempt to go in the fort.
Okay. Are you going in the back door that he went in, or are you going back through the front door that you walked in the first time?
I'm not that smart. I'm just following him straight up.
Hey, Frog God fans, thank you so much for watching us today. Do you want to see more content? Make sure you subscribe and click that little bell button to be notified.
Don't forget to leave a comment about the content that you want to see on the channel. And if you want to keep up with Frog God Game releases, check out the links in the description below for Facebook, Twitter, and Discord.
And if you want to see more content from Brandon and myself, check us out on Babies with Knives podcast, where we focus on character creation, crash courses, and actual plays for a wide variety of tabletop role-playing games.
And everybody, remember, have fun in the pond.